North of the border, a state of fire emergency has been declared in 42 local government areas as Queensland crews wait for reinforcements to arrive. Anna Rawlings has the latest from the Sunshine Coast.
Authorities are certainly looking for extra resources to boost their front lines. They say they're likely to see what help is available from interstate. They anticipate they might need up to an extra 300 personnel, particularly over the next few days as conditions do look to worsen. Overnight, though, they have made the most of a bit of a lull in conditions to get on top of a couple of major fires in Queensland that were causing concern. One of those is west of Yeppoon in central Queensland. Now, firefighters battled overnight there. At one point, residents were told to seek shelter, that it was too dangerous to leave their homes and flee. But firefighters were able to gain the upper hand. Properties were damaged, but no lives lost.
Our focus today is around the central region, a fire at Cobra Ball. Some of the conditions last night were quite significant, in as much as it kept our crews very busy during the night. Significant winds throughout the night, and we had to focus more on protecting the individuals and the residents and removing those, as opposed to structural fire protection. So we're back in there today. We'll have a look at, we believe that we've probably got about 15 unconfirmed structures that have been damaged, whether they are houses, residents or sheds.
Another fire that has been downgraded is here at Koroiba on the Sunshine Coast. It forced the evacuation of 2,500 residents from nearby Tewantin. Many of them aren't still able to return home. They are quite keen to, but they're still being turned back. Authorities just need to go in and make sure that it is safe. The fire is still burning, but at this stage firefighters do have it under control. They have put in many long hours to get it to that stage, and they are just asking locals to be patient.
As you would expect, the crews are somewhat tired at the moment. They've had a big couple of days. They worked very hard last night to set us up for today and tomorrow. The locals are obviously frustrated they can't get back into their homes at this point, but we're working very hard to make that happen. So I just ask them to bear with us at the moment, and hopefully we'll get them back in their homes shortly.
Now, there are also some fires burning in the Gold Coast hinterland as well as west of Brisbane, so people in those areas are advised to keep an eye on their local advice systems. There is, of course, also a state of fire emergency across Queensland, across 42 local government areas. So that means not only is the expected fire ban in place, but also activities that could spark a fire, so things like lighting a barbecue or even welding. Now, also on the Sunshine Coast today, we are expecting a visit from the Deputy Prime Minister. Michael McCormack is scheduled to visit emergency personnel at Caloundra Fire Headquarters.